what are we gonna do with the NFL, man? What are we gonna do?
I don't know. We got Tommy Cutlets winning games. We got Kadarius Toney lining up off sides.
Mm-hmm.
We got
lots of choking.
Yep. We had the greatest game in the history of games to ever game.
Well, it's not the greatest game. The greatest game would have been a super tie.
I was rooting for scoreless with 2 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, I think the last time that happened was what? Steelers Dolphins in 2007.
Yeah. And I had an excuse. It was a monsoon. Sorry, I gotta eat this. It's one of those Santa Claus faces.
Ooh,
look at that! I can put it over
Santa Claus
mine.
faces.
Look at me! I'm on a dumpster fire. Ho ho ho's. Merry fuck bar. All right. That bit's not working. Fine, whatever.
I don't know what I even saw there.
Shohei Ohtani signed for an ungodly amount of money. We'll probably get some supers about that.
And most of it's deferred until 2034.
Yes.
So when Bobby Bonilla Day ends, we get Chris Davis Day and Shohei Ohtani Day.
Yes. Chris Davis Day. But it's good work if you can get it. That guy had one good season or two.
He had a couple good seasons. Probably he had his best season in free agency.
Yep. He took the steroids and then he was like, I don't want to hurt my body anymore. So yeah, we got a lot of things going on. It was a great week in sports. The playoffs.
Messy week in sports.
Yeah. Cowboys freaking won. Everyone kind of saw that coming. Cowboys were playing really good. We had a lot of things that happened, and let's dive into it. Why don't you read some supers while I set up the tier maker?
You will do. Christopher Brickner. Joe Flacco was demoted to practice squad on a technicality. Teams tried to grab him from Cleveland. We're at the point where there are so many QB injuries that Joe Flacco is a hot commodity. Joe Flacco. And Joe Flacco's the best quarterback Cleveland had all year, which is the hilarious part. Speaking of which, seeing Joe Flacco play again brings a tear to my eye. Also, blah, 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 Ravens from Plan B Skateboard Company. I mean, it's garbage everywhere. And the Ravens. Yep, we got a Fitty. We got a couple Fitties.
Back-to-back Fitties.
Dual Fitties. We got to bring out. You got to do it twice, buddy. This is what the people want. Apparently, they want the Jeebus, and they want more Jeebus. And I'll actually do separate Jeebuses for double of the Jeebus. Justin Ziegler, after the game Sunday, I think it might be time for the Eagles to start firing coaching staff.
What?
Offense is either predictable, no run ball despite being a strength, or fumbles. Defense adjusts well, but only after giving up points in the first half. Their secondary is injured to hell. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And if you can't get pressure with your front four, you're done. That's what happened to Dallas. And again, Darian Clark, we got bring back to Jeebus. Praise to Jeebus.
Already
Praise
did
the
the
Chief
thing.
Gods for dropping everything. KC wide receivers are low cows. Most drop passes plus MVS and Toney cost 4 L's this season. Yet Mahomes and Reeds are hypocrite for attacking the refs. How about act like damn leaders and yell discipline your wide receivers because they're too busy slamming penises in the car door.
I slam my penis in the car door. You slam your penis in the car door.
Draco 313. Hey, Tree. What if the Steelers, with all their drama, was ever on Hard Knocks? Well, I mean, honestly, I'd be slamming my penis in the car door.
Yeah, hit it again.
Yeah, I'd be slamming my penis in the car door like always.
I slam my penis in the car door. You slam your penis in the car door.
Slamming the penis in the car door. David Lim. Belated super chat from Thursday. Go Pack Go. No, Go Pack Go. Was watching H-Bomber Guy's vids about plagiarism. Tree's name got mentioned. Also, did you see JG9's vid regarding depressed ginger? I've seen a chunk of it. I need to see the rest of it, though.
So I'll actually weigh on this because you know, Depressed Ginger does a lot of stadium content, which some of it, you know, I kind of looked at, and like he has good ideas, but I kind of looked at his videos before as a little low effort, but they're fine. Like, you know, making content is tough, right? It's very tough to come up with a script and just even be able to edit and have any level of success on YouTube. And though I wouldn't say like his videos like go crazy or anything, but you know, he was making a name for himself. But then I find out that it's him that's plagiarizing. You know, I mean,
it's off Wikipedia.
Yeah. I mean, he's ripping straight paragraphs. So that's like it's very difficult for each one of those Wikipedia authors to come after him. So nothing really will come of it. It's just like it just kind of exposes him as lazy, which, you know, I don't. Here's the thing, like plagiarism technically isn't illegal unless you're doing it for like, unless you like take someone's book and then republish it as your own. Like that's like the only time that it's like
in journalism too, it's really looked down upon. Like,
yeah, but it's not
colleges.
Yes, but it's not technically illegal. You're not going to have criminal charges brought about you. It's just dirty. It's just shitty. And like, I mean, yeah, unfortunately, like I look at someone that's also a creator in the stadium world, you know, kind of, I mean, and I don't want to sound arrogant here, but like, how do I say this without sounding like a jerk? Like I'm one of the first people to do like stadium specific videos, right? Like I'm not saying that I invented it or anything like that. A lot of other channels or engineering channels, etc., did it before me. But to be like, you know, one of the original people, and then this guy comes along and just kind of makes that content look, he makes us look bad, right? And that's kind of JG9's
his thing. Plus, he's JG9 is well versed in law. Like he has a law degree, so he if there's one guy not to mess with, it's that guy.
Yeah, that was the kind of the point that he was making. Is like, you know, one bad apple makes us look all bad, and that's kind of just what happened. And yeah, it's a little disappointing that happened, but I mean, I hope like the guy seems talented, right? So my hope is that he gets it together and can continue to create content with, you know, better research and doing better, because his video concepts are awesome. Like they are good ideas in general. It's just the execution is a little low effort. Maybe he should just take some time and put some effort into his videos, and he can actually build a solid YouTube following like we have done. So
honestly, from what I've seen from him is like he looks like he's obviously reading it from a script. He needs to improve on his conversationality, and it comes off as just very stiff, at least from what I've seen. Like I've never heard of Depressed Ginger. I've never seen any of his stuff, but at the same time, if you're just ripping off Wikipedia, it's just there's no honor in that. Like just write your own material.
No, and a lot of us, and I will do this, I will look at Wikipedia just to get basic information on a subject. But like I'm looking at 3-4 different sources because I want the most interesting angle. And Wikipedia to me is not interesting. Like if you're just reading articles off of Wikipedia, like you're not really offering anything different. It's not interesting. It's not transformative in any way. Like that's why I say like I can't. No, you can't accuse me of being a plagiarist because no one would steal these jokes. Like my jokes are so bad they cannot be stolen from someone. Like it's awful. So like that's how I feel about it. But anyways, we can move on.
You never know, man. I mean, I if I get stolen, I'd be like, okay. I mean, like it'd be weird, but it's like depends on the situation. Like if it's just like a 12-year-old kid, I'm not going to go super hard on him. But if it's like a major network, like somebody doing that, then different story.
Yeah, I've had videos.
But I don't think they are.
I've had a lot of shorts stolen from me. A lot of my TikToks. There's somebody that set up
Well,
an entire TikTok.
it's no honor among thieves. That's mainly
Yeah.
all that really is to it. Like most shorts are going to be taken by different people. There's going to be overlap in this space. Like I wanted to do a video on the Carolina Panthers, but Brandon's done a video on the Carolina Panthers. A bunch of people have done video on the Carolina Panthers. The key
Yeah, I
is
know.
like, what's going to separate you from everyone else? Like I'm not going to watch any of these videos about the Carolina Panthers because I don't want to have any ideas.
Right, but some videos follow the same narrative, right? Like, of course, the Panthers were owned by Richardson. He was a misogynistic racist. He had to sell, and Tepper bought the team. And then you're going to break down. See, my thing is like we've done the same videos a couple times. We've covered the same downfalls and same teams. You will go in and find some shit that I just completely forgot about, or I just wasn't able to research or find. And I'm like, God damn, Tree like goes in depth.
Sometimes you got to go deep. I mean, like with Culver House, for example, I was digging into the Tampa Bay Times, and really digging into those old articles. Like, that's where you find the interesting stuff.
Yeah, like you take it to the next level. Like I will give like cursory looks, but you will go and find it. And then sometimes when I see your shit, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. That was fucked up.
And too, like a lot of the stuff like I've done from 2017 on, I already have like the overlays. So it's like, okay, let's just refresh where I am, get the evidence. Boom, there it is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also great when you just remember something that happened and then you go back and look and then you discover even more details of what happened. You're like, oh wow, I had no idea it was like that. That's fun. That's why it's important to be a sports fan and to love the content that we do, because it really shows in the work that we do. And there's some level of knowledge that you can't get from Googling. There's just things that you remember where you're like, I remember when that happened. And then sometimes there's not even like a real article about it. And you have to go and find the actual incident. And that's like where I feel like we're really doing the best, you know. Anyways, we're going to be here all night if you don't.
Yep. We got to get a couple. We got more Jeebus. We got a lot more Jeebus. Yeah, you're going to need another one too. We got to get the Jeebus. Praise all the Jeebus. There's so much Jeebus here. It's not even funny.
Got a little gritty here.
You would.
Gritty.
Always talking about the gritty. Actually, you know what? Let's put that in solo layout. We got to get the gritty there.
Get me doing a little gritty.
Yeah. That's what all the people are here to see. They're here to see the gritty. Here to see the gritty.
Do a little spicy gritty.
Everybody does the gritty.
All right.
Locale the week / recaps will be legendary. Your editor and you probably won't get much see. Oh, dude, I'm way behind on my stuff. Like, I'm still working on the Monday night segments, and it's like I've been trying to play catch up the last 2 days, and it just keeps piling on.
Yeah, I had a lazy weekend.
Justin Herbert's out for the season, and then it's got to pile on that. That's another segment.
Brandon,
and then the Monday night football games became shit shows. Got to pile that on.
Why did they have 2 Monday night games?
I don't know. I'm surprised they did it this late. I think they're trying to really push 2 Monday night games, but I don't like them at the same time. I can't focus on both.
Why wouldn't you do one at 7, right? And
one
then
at 7
another
and 1 at 10.
Yeah, and then you would
do a West Coast.
Yeah, you would have basically lockdown Monday for 6 hours of programming. Like, why?
But they're not going to do that for whatever reason. I don't know.
Well, fuck him. All right.
Yep.
Was there another Super Bowl?
Yes, there was. Justin Ziegler got to bring out the Jeebus. Oh. Praise all the Jeebus. Hallelujah. Praise the Jeebus.
Pretty.
Praise the Jeebus. Least Hurts holds himself accountable, but dear Lord, can you make adjustments for the love of God? Least the NFC South will be have coaches fired or greatest coordinators, plus Bud Allen and Bowles at DC or Smith at OC and Eagles fan.
The NFC South should just be deleted altogether.
Relegate the whole division.
Relegate it. Get rid of it. Just go. Okay. All right, let's start with some tiering. That's what we do. We do just like Arthur Smith on the sideline. Let's do some tiering. Speaking of tiers, on Thursday, December 7th, a day that will live in infamy. And we're not talking about a Japanese sneak attack. We're talking about the Patriots. Yes. Attacking Bailey Zappi. He zapped the Steelers to death. What a pathetic.
It was pretty pathetic.
Game.
All I'm going to say.
What thoughts do you have? We need to solo you.
No, you want my thoughts? That was a level of pathetic I haven't seen in ages. I mean, that's what everyone in Pittsburgh's like. That's what I'm like. Everyone who said that Trubisky wasn't going to be a downgrade over Pickett is dead wrong because Trubisky sucked ass. And the problem is, like, you're out of middle linebackers, but your secondary got torched because you couldn't get pressure with the front four, which, I mean, is damning on Tomlin because this is another week where you have a 2-win team. This was your perfect chance to solidify a playoff spot, and you shit the bed. And honestly, if you miss the playoffs, that's why. And it's unfortunate, but it's just the whole team's in disarray. Looks like players are about to mutiny. And honestly, I'm getting back to the point, like Tomlin, like he's a good coach, but he's well past his expiration date here. And the worst thing that's going to happen is they'll probably get 9 wins, just miss the playoffs. Nothing's going to change. And it's no one's fault but theirs.
That was a terrible loss for sure. That was a lost opportunity. That was a way to almost essentially clinch. You've had an opportunity to clinch a playoff berth.
Pretty much.
The last 2 weeks. And you blew it.
Oh, they blew it. They more than blew it.
I mean, what you just said, what you just honestly said sounded exactly like what you said last week when you lost to the fucking Cardinals. Like nothing changed.
Nothing changes. And it's damning on coaching because they're still not prepared for it. And the Patriots offense has been terrible all year. You gave up 3 touchdowns and a half. They had gotten 3 in a month. And
are you rolling with kissing titties for the rest of the year?
I mean, until Pickett gets back. Until Pickett gets back. He's out this week against Indianapolis, so it's a Saturday game, so I'll probably end up streaming that and be miserable. But in the reality, this is what we have.
You had it all and you blew it.
That's just weird.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, and the sad part is the Steelers didn't even lose that much ground. They're still 6th, which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. It's the playoff picture is so weird.
It's so bad. It's like everyone is trash.
Any sense?
And the Steelers should be right in football hell, but they're in wild card for the time being, and they're like a bunch of teams that should be in football hell or trash that are in wild card. And the Patriots, they are tank bowl finalists. They are officially out of the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. I guess I should start tiering these.
Yeah, you should tier them, dude.
The Patriots have gone into, I mean, at least they have a pick, right? Like they might honestly win the tank bowl. I honestly, with Chicago, I think they probably end up taking Caleb Williams because the potentially generational quarterbacks there for taking. That doesn't grow on trees. If they didn't have the number 1, I think they stick with Fields. But the problem is, like, if you have an opportunity for a potentially generational QB, I mean, there are a bunch of teams that would cast off their QB in like a nanosecond. Like the Giants, if they had a shot at Caleb Williams, they're cutting Daniel Jones tomorrow. We got
Steelers do that, they're cutting Pickett tomorrow.
We got Tommy Cutlets, baby. We don't need.
Oh, here comes the coach.
Caleb Williams.
We said the same thing about Duck Hodges, so that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, if Caleb Williams is available to the Giants, like you take him, like you just get.
Yeah, exactly. Like Fields will get a decent return in the offseason.
Yeah. Jones. I don't know who's looking for Daniel Jones, but like it just shows you that DeVito, like that last second drive was like well engineered. Like, and if it was Daniel Jones, I would have been like, yeah, we're not scoring. You know, they would have blitzed him. You know, and DeVito like stood in the pocket, and he's a very New York quarterback. He's very like Joe
very Italian.
Yeah, gabagool, very Italian. He's very Joe Namath, you know, like not all that good, but just good in New York. You know?
Well, Joe Namath had some decent years in the AFL.
He did. But like I'm just saying, he's better because of his attitude, you know, his strong poise. All right, Texans and the Jets. The Texans missed out.
The magic might be gone.
Yeah, they're still
Just-
wild card, but
Yep.
like
Barely, but I mean, like their defense, I think it's starting to hit. Stroud looked really rough, and then he has a concussion. Who knows if he's going to be ready for next week? And
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that was an
they're sitting at
opportunity, and they
7-6.
kind of squandered it.
And there's so many teams that are right there. I mean, the Bengals have jumped back in, the Broncos, like there's the
The
Bills
Bills.
are in control. Like it's just wild what happened this weekend. So yeah, the Texans can
Yeah.
get back on track. But
This
the Jets,
this rigs me into the NFL's rig train. They want to keep as many teams in as possible to
Yeah,
generate
but
interest.
of course,
It's
that's why they
conspiracy
have
mode. I'm
7
bringing on the
spots.
tinfoil hats.
Right. Why do they
The
have
rigging
7
is real.
playoff spots? They want it to be like the NBA where almost everyone gets in. So
And that's stupid, though. I
It
feel like
is.
that puts mediocrity on a pedestal.
it kind of does. Like look at hockey. Like 8 seeds won the cup. 8
Yeah,
seeds
but even
got
then,
to the
like
final.
you can at least gain momentum. But the problem is, like in the NFL, like who are your 7th seeds right now? It's like a 6 and 7 team is going to make the playoffs. Like that's fucking trash.
Well, the
It's-
Buccaneers will be the 4 seed at 6 and 7, which is even
exactly.
worse.
That's it. It puts mediocrity on a pedestal.
No. And where do we put the Jets? They're just football.
Like
hell, right? They're 5 and 8.
Yeah, 5 and 8. Like 5 and 8's football hell.
All right, Rams and Ravens. The Ravens are now the Super Bowl contender.
There's nobody
Or-
else.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
I
by
still have my
default.
questions about the Ravens, but at the same time, like who else is there? I thought it was the Chiefs and they shit the bed.
Mm-hmm.
The Dolphins had a chance, they shit the bed.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills aren't there.
The
The
Jags
have
were
fallen
there.
apart.
Yep. The
There's
Jags
nobody
were
else.
there. Yeah. Bunch of.
It's just who's going to get their ass kicked by San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, San Francisco looks like they have a clear pathway to the title because I really don't see how the Eagles, the Eagles and the Cowboys, they doored them. They blew their doors off. And I don't see a different out. I mean, maybe it might be a closer game come January, but they're clearly, if they're healthy, a dominating team. All right, let's just do Panthers and Saints. We know the Panthers are just trash.
Panthers, they'd be mega trash. I mean, the
Mega
Saints are
trash.
just awful, and the only reason they
Saints are-
won is because the Panthers are just they're wild card. As weird as it sounds.
Oh my gosh. How are
They're
they?
6 and 7.
God. And,
It's so bad.
and division at the same time.
Yes. No, they're actually wild card.
Yeah, I know, but they're only one game.
And David Carr had like 37 yards of passing and 2 yards per attempt in like the third and fourth quarter. Oh
If
God.
there's anyone that's not going to hit their prize pick projection, it's Derek Carr and Jared Goff. Like neither of them have offenses that are designed to get a lot of yards. Like their defenses create turnovers or get them in field position.
And
so they're
Detroit's built on the
never-
running game. That's the
Right.
problem.
Right. And they're not going to pass for like a lot of yards. Actually, to me, it just seems like passing yards are kind of down this year.
I feel like
overall.
offenses in general have gone to shit. It's just very sloppy, undisciplined play. And I
Well-
don't think it's even defense. I think it's just bad offense.
Well,
Especially
that
in
and-
a lot of these games.
The refs are letting a lot of PI go. They're letting a lot of
I'm
holds
surprised they're
go.
doing that. I mean, like
There
they're
was some-
usually they're
Yeah.
letting a lot of like roughing the passer, like the quarterback stuff. They
Mhm.
flag that every day. But
Yeah.
pass interference, it's like very 50-50.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw a lot of holds in Green Bay versus New
Kansas
York
City?
that were just
Oh.
and Kansas City and the Bills that were just not called. So anyways,
Black
all right.
Yoshi. O-lines, I mean, Uche would be ripping to shreds right now. I mean, the
Yeah,
O-lines are
he's-
bad.
Yeah, he'd be disappointed
No
at the
tech.
level of play.
No
Yeah,
technique.
no tech. All right, what do we got in terms of supers? Let's blast
Yeah,
through
buddy.
some.
Oh, we got so many right now. Christopher Bawden. Hello, gentlemen. My Tuesday at 7 p.m. destination. Never miss an episode. Serious question, how after the Chiefs and 5, Tom needs a hug. Again, go Chiefs. I mean, it depends how your receivers play. Like, if they have stone hands, they're going to cost you a Super Bowl chance.
They're gonna contend. Like I could see them getting to the AFC Championship game. It's just
Dude, if their receivers keep fucking the bed, they're not making it past the wild card.
yeah. I mean, Baltimore clearly has a better defense, and then what's scary for them is like Miami could like outrun them in a game, which would be bad for them. Like if they get in a shootout with the Dolphins, like Miami could possibly outshoot them because their receivers are sus for sure.
Yeah. And we got another Jeebus, buddy. So people are crazy today. They love the chaos. You people are crazy, and I love you for it. We got to bring out the Jeebus. Tree, I need the Jeebus to exorcise the demons of Arthur Smith and the Falcons organization to keep them from tormenting me further. Please do something. Oh, dude, it's so bad in Atlanta. They should have a 3-win lead in that division right now. Oh, Lord. It's so bad. It is a shit pile on top of shit piles. Eduardo Garcia, GG yesterday 5. Y'all deserve the win. Can't believe the Packers are still in the 7th seed. I'll take it. Yep. I agree with that.
Packers had a golden opportunity. That's what I said to
it was their opportunity,
Tom,
and they blew it.
But he said, hey, you guys play us tough every year. And it's right. We beat them last year on a last-second drive, and it allowed us to get to the playoffs. And this year we did it again, and now we're still alive. It's very unlikely that the Giants make the playoffs because they really should. I mean,
the Giants and the Bears, I don't think either of them are going to make it.
Giants,
but, they're only a game back.
The Giants
only a game back.
Yeah, they left 2 wins on the table. They won the Jets game. They literally won the Jets game. Like, that's all they had to do was either kick a field goal or not kick the field goal. Like, they won that
and the
game.
Bills game. And the
Bills game, all they had to do was convert and cash in a touchdown. Daniel Jones is trash. So it's just it's been a weird season.
It's like, I love how everyone is praising Tommy DeVito, yet Daniel Jones is just like, you fucking suck. Get the hell out of here.
Daniel Jones should be happy for him. I'm sure he's
Jones
working with the clipboard.
There. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm just saying, Daniel Jones is such a good guy that he's probably helping him with the clipboard and helping him read and do things. It's not Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love type situation. So whatever.
Christopher Brickner, Joe Flacco was named the Browns starter. We get 4 more weeks of Flacco. Imagine the elite QB play from him. He was pretty good last weekend, though.
He's serviceable. I don't know why he was so bad with the Jets. And he was really bad with the Broncos. I guess, maybe the Browns actually have a competent, they have a competent line, and Flacco's doing just enough. The old Flack cannon.
Unchained America. Clickbait Sports Punishment 5 reenact the Barkley stumble and fumble. No, I saw this earlier. We got to get Tom to wear Tommy DeVito's agent's uniform.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Get the Tommy
DeVito's agent. Golly, how many times they showed him more than Taylor Swift last night?
It was him and Tommy DeVito's parents.
Yeah, him.
They showed them so much.
I'm gonna get him endorsements at Ray Katana. You can say that. You're Italian. By next week, Tommy DeVito's face is gonna be on a billboard ad for Ray Katana up in New York for the luxury automobiles. It's going to be all his agent that got it. And it's going to be, hey, it's a Tommy DeVito. Hey, Tommy Cutlets, huh? Tommy Cutlets.
Wasn't really upset week Baltimore won. But it was kind of close. David Benjamin, the Patriots will always have the Steelers number. I laughed my ass off when they lost. Well, not when they're a 2-win team and you're expected to beat them. So that's on Tomlin. And I know, whatever. Inch on DM, the Vikes game gutted me until I realized it was truly a sign from the Chaos Gods. The Vikings are chosen beyond death, and Zaynch guides us. I probably butchered that, so I'm guessing it's from Warhammer 40K. I've never got the pronunciations down there. Christopher Brickner, Browns finally had a QB throw for over 300 yards, and it was Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is the Browns' best QB this year. Think about it. Yeah. That's why he's the permanent starter. He's their best option.
Is. Permanent starter. He's permanent Q.
They should bring him back next year. Beast of Metal 1989. I don't know which one made my drop more today. The number of calories Texas Roadhouse packs into a damn brownie, or the number of dollars, especially deferred money, packed into Ohtani's contract. Let's take a look. How many calories are?
I gotta adjust my thermostat.
Texas Roadhouse brownie because Texas Roadhouse loads that stuff up. Whew.
Dude, just those.
The big old brownie. Guess how many calories are in this, dude?
Hold on, don't tell me yet. Do you have a picture of it? What is it?
Well,
how big does it look?
Well, let me see. Here, let me download it.
Oh, okay. Yes. I want to see this Texas brownie, and I will guess.
So while you do that, can you read another super from the last thing?
The last thing. Good evening, Dumpster Crew. Went on my first hockey game at Indy Fuel. Wow, hockey's got to be the best sport to watch live. The impacts on the glass and seeing the goalies make those saves is crazy. We'll be going to more. Yeah, hockey is the shiznittle bam snap snap sippy. Okay.
So this is the big old brownie.
Okay. The big old brownie. I'm gonna go with 1,200 calories.
You are correct. It is actually 1,200.
Dang,
You probably looked that up.
No, I
was
did
gonna
not.
guess like 800-900.
I did not. No, because look, the ice cream is, probably 400, and then the brownie itself is probably 800. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
And
I
the
know my
chocolate
calories, dude. I used to have a spreadsheet. That's how I got down from 205 to 160. Was I kept a spreadsheet and I got my calorie intake down to like 500 a day, which is really unhealthy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But I
dude.
love,
Like,
yeah. But now I'm about at 1,000, which is fine. But like that
1,000
was
is not much. Like I do like 2,000 to 2,500.
Oh, I'm not doing 2,000. Like I'll do like a heavy day will be 1,500 for me. That's how I stay lean, dude.
But like that's a problem. It's like I'm still at the point where it's like, okay, I'm still losing weight, but like I want to maintain my muscle mass, whatever I have of it.
Mm-hmm.
You need calories to bulk and build muscle and maintain muscle. If you like cut your calories, guess what they're doing? They're sapping the muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Oberfeld, what did the Steelers slam in the car door on the way to Thursday Night Football? Go Pats when they play your Steelers, and go Raven.
I slam my penis in the car door.
You slam your penis in the car door.
We are
Dick's
at
Trailer.
Oh,
And Love is a
go
Long
ahead.
Road by Tom Petty is a hot song now. I've been waiting 10 years to play and I have to wait 2 more years.
Dude, I am thrilled that it's in Vice City. I was hoping they'd go back to Liberty, but I think they're throwing down with Miami. It's gonna be
it's been
one
a
of
while
the
since
most-
Miami.
Yeah,
They did Liberty
I love,
and GTA 4.
yeah. I mean, I love the map from the original one. Like it's gonna be accurate as shit. There's gonna be like Prawn Island or whatever is gonna be there, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be an awesome. We're gonna get it, and it's gonna be so in depth, and it's gonna be the game for the next like 7, 8 years, and it's just crazy. Like someday someone's gonna do an open world like Flight Simulator, but just completely open world. Like someday that'll be done where they just.
I know they have like open world truck simulators now from like you can go for like across Europe, across America.
Wow.
I think they like got to like halfway through the West. I think, but they still got a ways to go. And they've been working on that for like shit.
But Flight
about
Simulator
5 to
is
10 years.
dope as hell. Like you can't just like you actually have to learn how to fly that plane to fly it. It's not nerfed at all. Like you have to learn the entire protocol, the ramp up. Like, yeah, it's not just like in GTA when you hit triangle and get into the plane and just have basic controls and take off. Like it's super intense. But anyways, all right, let's get some games. Oh, all right, go.
Oh, never mind.
Go,
Never
go,
mind. I'll
go.
stop. We'll
Okay.
keep going. We'll get some games.
All right. Colts,
Yeah.
Bengals smoked. Jake Browning season has started. It's on. They are a wild card.
And the best thing is, too, we got one play of A.J. McCarron because they thought like Browning was going to be out for a while. He just had a thumb cramp. But we got one play of A.J. McCarron in the year of our Lord 2023. The Colts just made too many mistakes. That was the
And
real
they're
problem.
still a wild card.
So Steelers-Colts is going to be a big game, which is crazy to believe. Both these teams are trash. But you know what? I mean, both teams, it's going to be one of those ugly, low-scoring games that comes down to the last moment, probably by a splash play by the Steelers or the Colts just randomly pulling a rabbit out of their ass.
I love rabbits in my ass. So
You
good.
do. You love
Just
small
pull
animals
those
up there.
out
You
all the
sick
time.
fuck.
Just let them tunnel up in there. We are demonetized. Buccaneers, Falcons, huge win for the Bucks. Huge.
The
Like Arthur
Falcons,
Smith's getting fired, right? Like he's
has
got
to be. Like, I still think that dude has an intellectual disability. Like, there is no
You think
reason
he's
you
on
could be
the
that
spec?
fucking stupid. I don't know about spectrum. I just think there's just something there. Like, I mean, we should respect that because I mean he's overcoming a lot. I mean, he still has to learn to actually use his weapons and not overthink every damn thing.
And
But
eat
you
with
know
a
something?
fork?
Yeah. Like, I mean, there's like probably a metal plate in his head or something. It's probably melted into plastic.
Let's mark that. Nick, clip that. Arthur Smith has a developmental disability. You heard it here on the.
That's all I can think of. Like that's the
Mhm.
only reason why they misuse everyone on their offense. Like, Desmond Ritter fucking sucks, yet they still play him. And I mean, he nearly threw like another interception. Then Drake London just comes in, swipes it away. It's like, yeah, maybe that's why you should throw to Drake London more often, huh? You know, the offense revolves around more than Tyler Algier, Jonnu Smith, and Mac Hollins.
None of those are household names. I only know Jonnu Smith because he's an ex-Patriot,
Smith
right?
was an ex-Titan.
Yeah.
And then Algier's pretty good. I like him, but I mean, you have all these weapons, you don't even use them. It's crazy. And the Buccaneers are division. I don't know how they are division after losing 6 of 7.
Yep.
They'd be mega
Browns go out and beat the Jaguars. They are wild card. Jaguars are still somehow division, but they could have been up here. Like they could have gone up here.
I am surprised that Trevor Lawrence played last week. I thought they would have let him rest, but I mean, it was obvious he lost a lot of his mobility. Yeah, he had a high ankle sprain.
Yeah. So
he was playing, but like he shouldn't have been out there. Like, I mean, it was throwing arm punts. He looked like a statue out there. He was running a little bit, but I mean, he was probably just jacked up with enough Toradol to kill an elephant.
Yeah, that's a huge part of his game too. So. All right, Lions and Bears. Oh my, the Bears.
The Lions self-destructed. They self-destructed. Yeah. Like the Lions should have had that one easily, and they just self-destructed on both sides of the ball. And the Bears are tank bowl finalists because of Carolina.
Yeah, I know.
And they're only one game back from a playoff spot, and they fucking suck this year.
They could get the first overall pick and make the playoffs. Like
it's
I don't know if that's ever happened.
I think it's been
ever happened. And a lot of people are smoking that Justin Fields copium again. Like
here's the thing you have to understand.
Back on the Fields train.
And Fields has been very inconsistent. Like he was bad in that Vikings game. The thing you have to understand is like Fields is never going to achieve his full potential in Chicago. It's just not meant to be. And I think too, like if he needs to change the scenery. And I think with the first overall pick, I think they go quarterback just because like even just like the salary cap relief you get. Because like Fields is going to be due a big boy contract.
Yeah.
And then you get somebody like Caleb Williams in there, you let him develop. And then you have your second first.
What if they make
pick.
the playoffs?
And here's the thing: like, there's so many quarterback hungry teams. You could get a second round pick for Fields. Like, there is value in his game.
What if they make the playoffs and they just trade down and like just, go?
Here's the problem: like, how many times do you get the first overall pick?
Didn't a team trade out of the first overall spot last year? Didn't they do that?
Chicago Bears.
So,
here's the thing, though. When CJ Stroud was in there, I don't know if they're willing to do it again. That's the only thing.
49ers, Seahawks, Niners are clearly the best team, probably in the NFL right now. Seahawks are very fraudulent, but they are a wild card team, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're still 6-7, and they've lost 4 in a row. And I mean, I remember Seahawks fans bitching me for calling them frauds. They're looking like mighty frauds.
Yeah, I don't know if I should put them there at the wild card. I think they're in football hell, honestly.
They're still 6-7. I mean, they're on the fringe of football hell.
But they're not sitting in a playoff spot. I'm gonna actually, you know what? I'll put them in the wild card. There's gonna be a lot of teams in the wild card tonight. A lot of teams. Fuck it. All right. One more game. Vikings, Raiders, the worst indoor game in the history of football, everyone.
The Josh Dobbs magic is over. F's in the chat for Josh Dobbs, the Pastronaut. Like he was bad the last few weeks. Like it's gone. And now we go on the Nick Mullins train, who actually managed to move the football. And the sad part is the Vikings are in sole possession of a wild card spot because of even though they're fucking terrible. Oh, God.
Like, we should have, like, it should be like
honestly,
wild card.
It should be trash, mega trash, ultra trash, and just the Panthers. Like, it's just trash upon trash upon trash. You have 5 and 8 teams that are one game out of a playoff spot.
The Raiders are football hell. They scored 0 points against the Vikings. Yeah, that game. It was Aiden O'Connell, or AOC as people are calling him now.
I don't know if that guy can do anything. They love him, but it's just like, what does he do? He's like Derek Carr without any Derek Carr's talent.
Yeah, he's just Derek Carr with a mustache, like just
same number.
Nice dirt lip. Yep. Ugh, that was so ugly and disgusting. Why did whoever attended that game should be given like a Bronze Star or some type of military award? Like, that was disgustingly bad. Okay, let's pile drive through these supers now.
Yeah, buddy. Steel Talica 19. Still, as Packers and Vikings still got playoffs, it will be the ugliest, most beautiful thing we have ever seen. Oh, God. I pity the fool because we're going to lose like 35-7 in that playoff game. Victor Barron, dear Shohei, I hope your $700 million will bring you happiness, but it won't win you a World Series title. You signing with the Dodgers is the worst thing to happen to baseball in years. Fuck you, Artie Moreno, sell the team. Like, he wants to win. Dodgers feel like they're the best team to win.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're going to spend money. They're going to get Yamamoto for sure. And then
Dodgers,
they're going to have Shohei. And then you have Mookie Betts. You have Shohei in the same lineup. You got Justin Turner. Is he coming back?
Well, Turner's gone.
Turner's gone.
I mean, you still have Max Muncy. You still have Will Smith.
Yeah.
Kershaw might come back. Keyword is might.
For one more run.
Done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's brutal how good the Dodgers have gotten overnight.
Yep. Luke Waddell, 5 pounds. Biggest what if of the season? For me, it's what if the Chiefs signed a semi-decent receiver if Rodgers didn't die 3 plays in. I'd say it's probably, I don't know if the Jets would do anything with Rodgers just because that O-line was so bad. And I'd say the what if would probably be, I mean, if the Chiefs did sign DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah. Rodgers masked a lot of
flaws,
deficiencies. Yeah.
And Justin Ziegler also, Tree Tony isn't the locale of the week. That would be me. Be irrational Eagles fans, but support the team. Almost left my phone at the gym today and failed another CPA exam. Life is pain.
Yeah. Hang in there, buddy. Hang in there.
Sestmeister.
Sestmeister. That's an interesting name.
As a former ME mentor at BYU, I told my students at the time that Wikipedia is internet's Walmart's. Well, the key for Wikipedia is to look at the sources and then find it from there. That's the key with Wikipedia. In Beastamel 1989, the one thing worse than plagiarism is boring plagiarism. I get why the likes of Illuminati got popular. She successfully pretended to be engaged. Depressed Ginger sounds like what he is, a bored Zoomer reading Wikipedia.
Illuminati. I used to watch her too, and then I started really disagreeing with all of her takes, and I was like, "Oh, this is."
Oh, I mean, I saw a little bit of her, but and the problem is, it was her damn fault. Like, she tried to go after Legal Eagle on because he cited him for stealing a certain transition, and then people actually looked into her shit. It's like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, she's getting bodied now. Same.
Dude,
I was really disappointed in an internet historian that he plagiarized Man in the Cave, because that was not only was it a really good video, I love internet historian. I love incognito mode. I love all his channels. He's brilliant. He's super funny. I haven't
seen Man in the Cave.
Oh, so he's actually really funny just live, just being himself. So he didn't need to plagiarize. And I get it. Sometimes it's really difficult to retell a story, but
question is it transformative with what he does?
H Bomber guy's explanation sounded pretty damning, and really nothing else of his was plagiarized. It was just that one video, and it was disappointing for sure, because I'm a big fan. I'm still gonna watch his videos. I'm gonna give him a pass for that one, but like still, like, come on, bro.
Yep. Michael Cuomo, reason why we had 2 Monday Night Football games is because Jets and Giants can't both play at home on the same day. Well, could be that, but it also could be just the NFL. Because they've done dual Monday Night Football games, especially early on. And Jacobs 893. People say that the Vikings-Raiders game was horrible. All I saw was a blow-up by the Vikings with a top 5 defense in EPA now. I mean, here's the problem. Like, the Vikings offense has just been shit. Like, they should have won against Chicago. They should have won. I mean, they did win against the Raiders, but they should have won against Chicago. If they have any pulse of an offense, they're fine. But they sucked ass. And Trev, for 2, Falcons going to hire Matt Canada if we fire Arthur. Maybe he's an offensive coordinator. Matthew Ramirez, question for Tree, was Mahomes being a cryberry? I think so myself, especially with how much favor they get come postseason time. Well, I mean, Mahomes got favor for a personal foul the week before when he wasn't anywhere near out of bounds. And, like, I mean, that was a blatant penalty. Like, you're going after that call?
Yeah, the thing is like, all right, there's arguments. It was an objective call. Like, there was no subjectivity to that call at all, and he was bitching because they didn't
and the flag was done like when the play was snapped. Because they
didn't let it slide. Like, it's just, it was a little uncalled for from Patty. You can see why he's married to Brittany after that. Like, you can see, like, remember, here's a rule, kids. Here's a rule. I'm gonna tell you this. This is your Uncle Adam. If you see a girl that dates douchebags, she's a douchebag. Okay. It means that she likes douchebags. So if you see a girl and you're like, I wonder why she's with him, because she's also a loser. Okay. That's kind of, how to explain things. Anyways.
Nathaniel Levesque, 5, you should do a video on each fan base's most hated player to play for their team. Raheem Moore for the Broncos, Neil O'Donnell for the Steelers. Fuck Neil O'Donnell. Fuck the Neil O'Donnell. Sean Albert, 10 bones. This year's Detroit Pistons might up being the NBA's version of the 2008 Detroit Lions at this rate. The city will own half of the worst team in their respective sport. No, they're the 11 Charlotte Hornets. And then they're going to lose the lottery and fall to 5th. That's what's going to happen. Beast of Metal 1989. If any of you believe that we lost to the Patriots again, you're still as naive as every other time they paid the refs and swindled us of our glory. They do nothing but cheat. We are the greatest team that has ever played the game.
Steelers fan.
And best from the Belichick coaching tree, I say Flores. Yeah, Flores.
Yeah, he got fired though. Yeah. Dayball's there.
Dayball, maybe Vrabel's not really a
Suchit.
coach, but Suchit, thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother. Christopher Brickner, imagine if Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl for the Browns. That'd be a story. And that one guy, the best QBs keep getting injured. If Kirk was healthy, the Vikings would have ground the Raiders into dust. Yeah, they probably would be like 9 wins right now. Crew Kid 52. So it seems my question last week was answered. The ass Jordan Love showed up. Also, Wink's scheme wasn't helping him at all. That's fucking good,
boy.
Question, how much was Wink's scheme and how much was the wind?
Well, the wind was a little bit, but Jordan Love looked really bad first half. Like, he did not make any of the throws. Like, yes, he read the blitzes correctly, but the throws that he was making were bad. And I mean, Wink's scheme can be disruptive for a young quarterback for sure. He was sending fires like every freaking down, and he was changing up where they were coming from. But that's a smart defensive coordinator scheme. So I think Jordan Love was pretty bad first half. Second half, he got better. They started beating those. They started putting more routes out to beat that man coverage. But still, Jordan Love has no one to blame but himself. It was not necessarily the scheme.
MJM23 Tree, I just saw you bang a whopper. Well done. Oh, dude, that's old news, man.
Came inside that wall.
That's like April, May, man. Christopher Brickner, 7 turnovers in the Browns-Jags game. Both teams were literally trying to hand the other team a win. Similar story with the Packers-Giants. Yeah. I agree with that. I mean, though, that's every game. They're trying to hand each other the win. Samuel Martinez in 10-team fantasy. I was from last place to making the playoffs. CJ Stroud dead. Want Jake Browning to save my season. 5 points. Do I keep starting Barkley?
The problem is the Giants are going to be playing the Eagles now twice. Barkley is very difficult to get. Well, play him this week against the Saints for sure. But the thing is, Barkley will go no yards for the first half and then bust out like 86 in 2 plays, and then he'll get his. Yeah, I would say start him against the Saints for sure, but maybe temper him against the Eagles. Because the Giants, if they're going to have any success, are going to have to pass against that banged up Eagles secondary. And the Eagles are going to heavily stack the box. So I would probably sit him there and play him against the Rams for sure. But, we got 2 games left against the Eagles. So it's going to be ugly.
Christopher Brickner. It's a nice story for 38-year-old Joe Flacco. 3 weeks ago, he was watching games on the couch thinking his time may be up, only to get a call from the Browns and a chance to lead them to the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Talking about playoffs. I mean, there's nothing but playoffs. The King Barrelmaker for that performance give Minnesota's win to LA. I mean, the Rams played hard.
Fucking pathetic.
And I'll see day, but MFS is worth it. At least no one dies when I fuck up bad. Peridot for 5. I watched my Columbus Crew win the MLS Cup, and it had the same amount of scoring as the Minnesota game. Yep. I mean, there were Premier League games that had more scoring than the Minnesota game. Like most hockey games had more scoring.
Hockey games had way more. I think, yeah.
Christopher Brickner. 11 AFC teams are 7-6 or better. This is it's a lot of mediocrity.
Wild.
I mean, a lot of shit.
It's mediocrity and good teams too. Like they're
yeah, and then teams that have underperformed and teams overperforming. It's a lot of that. Trav, the cops ruined my brother's clean criminal record. Patrick Mahomes to the press. And Nick Kovac got the logo script done, Adam. MSG message after the show.
Okay, yeah, hit me up on Twitter. I will read whatever you need.
Well, sending them dick pics, I know. And Nathan Schnaza just wanted to apologize for that awful 3-0 game that America had to shove in its eyeballs. That said, the Vikes scored infinite more points, so win.
All right, we can finish out the tiers. Yeah, we're clear on Super Chats. We can finish out the tiers. The Broncos are clearly now in the driver's seat. Didn't they start 0-4?
1-4.
1-4, and now they drop the Chargers. Herbert's gone. Those games are fucked. The Chargers are football hell. I mean, Herbert's out for the year, and people thought Herbert was the problem. Just wait until getting fired.
Yeah, Telesco's getting fired too. Just you wait until you realize how big Herbert was on the team. Oh Lord.
Then this was just a Sunday afternoon game. Bills versus Chiefs. Great game. Bills are back in.
Yeah, they're in the wild card. That saved their season. And Kadarius Toney is a fucking idiot. And they just, there are a lot of crying and whining, and just Chiefs fans are just like watching the sidelines. Like, look at the hypocrisy. It's like, to stay on sides. Like, even Reed admitted that Kadarius Toney wasn't even checking with the ref. He was so egregiously offsides that the ref couldn't see the ball.
Fucking idiot. That's why we traded him. And the Chiefs, they're just barely division right now. It's crazy.
And
the Broncos could win the division.
If they had wide receivers, they'd have 2 more wins.
The Cowboys go out
3
and
wins,
smoke the Eagles. I'm going to put the Cowboys in division, but they did look like a Super Bowl team. So
I don't want to say that, but I mean, the Philly just looked off.
Yeah, Philly looked bad. They're a wild card team. There's more teams in wild card ever than in football hell.
I mean, they should all be in football hell. There are a lot of teams that should be in football hell.
Yeah, but it's been a crazy year. All right. Giants and Packers, the Monday night game, number 1. The Giants are actually in football hell. They're not in wild card contention.
But they're one game back, dude.
Still,
I mean, if you run the table like
so
the Bears,
many teams
to lead.
They have the Eagles twice. If the game against the quality, I mean, this would be if the Giants were playing the Eagles next week, that would be the time to play them. But and then the Packers are wild card, just like everybody else. Then to close out the show, the biggest choke
Oh,
Well, actually, we got a bunch more supers come in. How
well,
about
actually,
you?
yeah. Well, you forgot the Rams too. Their wild card.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Phantom Observer. A fitting clickbait sports punishment would be to make the winner live stream that Vikings Raiders game. Oh, jeez.
Oh God. No, we got some punishments coming, boys.
And Nick Burris, boys, I had to clean up mayo all over myself after Levis managed to come back last night. I know the season's a wash, but it's hard as a Titans fan to not get excited about his future. Rip Frank Wycheck.
Yeah, it's awful
It's
story.
sad.
He
It just
fell.
came out of nowhere. He fell
Yeah,
and hit his head.
Suffered a fall. He's only 52. Like that scares me. He's only 5 years older than me. Jeez. Ugh.
That's probably just a complete accident, too.
Mm-hmm.
Brickner, week 14 was upset week in the NFL in some regards.
Some regards. Next week will be even worse.
Yep. It's just a lot of bullshit around. Stress to impress, clickbait punishment. Brandon needs to do a full Lady Gaga Bad Romance parody with his Amon-Ra St. Brown mad rant. Shailene 2.0.
He needs to sing. Yeah, he does need to sing again at some point.
And
Same with
one more
Tom.
for Fruit Smacks. Carl Cheffers giveth and Carl Cheffers taketh away.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the Titans are what? They are
football hell. They are 5-8. They are in the football hell
Dolphins
stage.
are just barely division, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Commanders are football.
Commanders are
as hell.
football. They're tanking.
And the Cardinals are just
Cardinals are tanking.
And there we have it. We have a tier maker. We have a show. We have.
And we actually got in under an hour. I was shocked.
Yeah. Well, we started a minute early, so
A minute.
We could
early,
leave.
Yes.
We could leave the last 4 minutes to dead air. What are dead air's thoughts?
It depends. You know what? I think Dead Air does have one thing to say in particular.
I slam my penis in the car door.
You slam your penis in the car door.
As a whole. We got one more coming in. Vincent Ferreira for 5. After watching my Finns complete that epic choke job last night, I doused my face in mayo. As Wii Sports once said, nice throw.
Nice throw. Dun, 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 dun.
Mm-hmm. A lot of slamming of the penis. So 5. Your Giants are still in contention. It's probably going to be a long shot, but how do you feel about how's the hopium? Because there's a lot of hopium going around, dude. There's a lot of hopium going around the NFL.
This is how I feel. Tommy fucking cutlets. Tommy DeVito, baby. He's a Tommy DeVito. He's gonna make it. He's gonna get it done. Mm-hmm.
Is he really, though? Is he really? Okay.
He is.
Yep.
3-0, baby, as a starter.
Maybe so.
He's his agent. We got to make Tom wear his agent outfit. We got to get him. And this, well, I said a fitting punishment would just, him wear a Tommy DeVito jersey and just have to do the most stereotypical Italian things for an entire show and just be like, "Hey, it's me, Tommy DeVito." Like he's got to do all his takes as an Italian in an Italian voice, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I go to the Olive Garden. All right, we ready to get out of here? Do you have any thoughts?
Yeah.
Any closing?
Let's get on out of here. Lots of hopium going
we
around.
We love you. Thanks
welcome
to
to
the
football hell.
mods. Welcome
Hopefully the
to
Steelers
football
don't
hell.
shit it, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see you in the laters.
Mm-hmm.
Bye. We love you.
Peace.
We love you all.
Sports ball tomorrow. It's probably going to
Sports
kick
ball,
my ass, so
yep.
we'll see.
Yep.
Kill me. Kill me.
All right, end the stream.
Can we end it?
You end it.
I thought we were ending it.
You click the button.
Oh, man, you are lazy.